As Adam Smith pointed out back in 1776, an efficient economy depends on specialization. He used the example of a humble pin. Someone with no experience, Smith figured, could make, 20 a day tops. But Smith had been to a factory where he'd actually seen specialization in action, what he called the division of labor. 10 men with specialized machinery turning out 48,000 pins a day, 4,800 per person. More than 200 years later, Professor Catherine Ness likes to demonstrate the same point by having students make not pins, but the anonymous manufactured product economists call a widget.
A widget is what I get when I take a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper, I fold it in half, I fold it a half again, and I put one staple on the corner.
15 seconds.
That's a widget. And I have one person make as many widgets as they can in 20 seconds. And I get a second person up, and a third person up. And eventually you'll begin to see that as more and more people work on widgets, that we'll get real increases in our productivity as we share tasks and divide the labor up.
A productivity increase would be more widgets given the same amount of labor.
13. This does not count as a widget.
2, 1, go.
So we staged our own widget productivity test. 4 teams, different colored paper. Would 3-person teams turn out more widgets per person than widget soloists at the end of the table?
8 seconds. Come on, Oski, you gotta move faster. Move fast, dude.
3.
Well, the soloists averaged 7 in the first 2-minute round, even with strict quality control.
6, 7. This one doesn't count. See how you can see all 4 edges?
At first, the 3-person teams averaged only 5 widgets per person. Their sole competitive edge, louder complaints about rejects.
Oh, come on. Oh, no, come on.
So the soloists started off ahead, perhaps because they had no startup costs deciding who should do what. But a key point of the division of labor is getting the people best suited to different jobs to do them. And you can only do that with groups.
Maybe they should identify the weakest link.
We're gonna let Muhammad staple because he
I'm
really
a very good
likes it.
folder.
In fact, Muhammad had folded as a folder. But at least he'd be keeping the work here in America.
We're gonna buy our widgets from China for 2 cents a piece.
But time for another round.
1, go.
By now, the 3-person teams had specialized by switching their nimblest workers to folding. And specialization led to technology breakthroughs, like folding more than 1 sheet at a time. There was a $10 per person bonus for winning, and everyone here was intent on getting it, one way or the other.
We have a union. We will after this.
If we get a union, maybe we can get up to $12.
At the end of the last round, one soloist was up to 8.
8, yes! My world record.
5, 6, 7.
The other soloist was still at 7. Specializing through the division of labor, though, had boosted the green team to the same level of productivity. 7 per person. And the pink team?
24, 25, 26.
So the pink team averaged 8.6 widgets per person, breaking the world widget productivity record.
Any big lessons from today?
I feel much better, especially since when I was on my own, I got 4.
And of course, specialization had just begun. But the last word on the division of labor is as profoundly obvious as it is short and sweet.
Practice makes it better.
Yeah.
Or perhaps, to put it in economic terms, specialization makes you practice. And that's a lot of what human specialization is about. As practice has made us humans better at work, we've been able to get more and more from our labor. Consider a car. Up until the 1920s, it took so long to make one, a car was a product for the rich. But the Ford Motor Company created a factory where workers could dedicate themselves ever more narrowly to their specialized tasks. The pace may have been relentless, the work dreary, but workers made so many high-quality Model T Fords that the company could pay them higher wages than ever. Higher wages, lower costs. For the first time, auto workers could afford the very cars they built. Dan Hammermesh of the University of Texas claims the fruits of the division of labor are everywhere.
Boy, is that good. Boy, do you realize what it takes to make this thing? I mean, look at it. It's got plastic for the spoon, right? And for the cup. And the plastic is clearly made with oil, okay? And the oil has to come probably, maybe from the U.S., maybe the Middle East, brought here, refined, shipped to the plastic factory. The plastic is then made, molded, shipped to the ice cream store, okay? That's the first part. Just think of the steps involved with that. And then the ice cream here must come from a dairy, probably pretty near the ice cream store. It's not a national market in dairies, but then has to be made somewhere at the ice cream factory from milk with other stuff that goes in it into ice cream. And finally, if you notice, there are little, this is allegedly a strawberry sundae, and there are little bits of strawberry, they're probably pretty far away from the strawberries. This had to be grown from strawberries somewhere. It could have been who knows where in the United States. So the strawberries as the raw materials, the milk as the raw materials, the oil as the raw materials, all brought together, made into this absolutely delicious strawberry sundae.
In fact, without specialization, our modern standard of living would be impossible. Imagine how much it would cost you to make your own refrigerator, your own shoes, even a lowly pencil, which you can buy for pennies. The wood is usually California cedar. The eraser made from South American rubber and Italian pumice stone. The graphite, a patented mixture from Mexico and Sri Lanka. Geographic specialization is why world trade, this Texas pencil was actually made in Japan, increases world wealth through a division of places in addition to a division of labor. Each place specializes in what it does better than others, given what people want. And that makes economists like Michael Salemi happy.
The soils in Tuscany tend to make wonderful wines. It's the ground. That guy's ground, somehow, the minerals in it, whatever. Could you imagine taking a special vineyard in Tuscany that's capable of producing a great Chianti Classico, for example, and opening a parking lot on it? Well, no. I mean, you wouldn't. We specialize. We specialize so that that particular individual who has a special resource that's so much better for winemaking than for other uses makes the wine. A market system will do that.